Hi, I'm Ellie Crystal from crystallinks.com. Today I'm talking about a topic that I really thought someone had shelved a long time ago, but apparently it's back, and that's Nibiru. Back in the day before Crystallinks, that's BC, before Crystallinks, I did a show on UFOs out in Long Island. And I was taken out there in a limo, and along the way they also brought with them a very interesting man called Zecharia Sitchin. Brilliant, lovely, personable. We talked the whole way out to the show. We talked the whole way back. He had these amazing little artifacts that go back to gods called the Anunnaki, the Sumerian gods, other civilizations, and I really found it very, very fascinating. On my website, I do have pictures that depict the information that he showed me. But basically, he was talking about an alien race, just like in Ancient Aliens, that came to Earth, that had an agenda. This was to get the gold, mine for the gold on Earth, and they would eventually come back, as all our mythological characters are said to do. They would come back at a certain time in our history. Most say the gods are coming back at the end of time. The Anunnaki were connected to a planet or planetoid called Nibiru. And Nibiru is supposed to come back and be within our orbit every 3,600 years. And so we talked about that. A lot was prophesized about it. A lot of people said Nibiru was linked to reptilian aliens. Some said it was linked to the alien greys, and they may, in essence, be the same. Just, it all goes to the eyes. Everything is always about the eyes. And so I listened to all of this, and when I was involved with people who channel these things, and I was deeply enmeshed in the prophecy of the day, Nibiru was one of the prophecies. And then because I totally lost interest, and because I know that prophecies cannot really be prophesized because time is an illusion, so you just pick a date and you just say, okay, this is it, it's going to happen. And, I went through all of the prophecies. Some seem more valid than others. Nibiru, to me, said this: I have always felt some sort of an affinity or a connection to reptilians who were on this planet at some point in history, because we do know that there was reptilian and other alien influences on the planet in the past. But I always felt some sort of affinity to it, but I never really delved into it that strongly. What I saw from the Nibiru alien agenda is that it's a metaphor. It's a myth, and it's a metaphor that humanity is a biogenetic experiment. Hitler said it. Hitler tried to do it. He tried to create his Aryan race or his Atlantean race, and others have tried God knows what kind of hokey sci-fi things that we read about. But at the end of the day, Nibiru seemed to shine like this planet in the sky that's going to come back. And is it really? Maybe it's not really a planet. Maybe it's a huge world of aliens that are coming back here, and they're coming back for the gold, and they're coming back to do something to our race of humanity. And who knows, you can speculate any which way you want. For me, it was always a matter of, it's just interesting things to think about. But now the years have passed. I hadn't thought about Nibiru for a while. And then all of a sudden, yesterday in Daily Mail, I saw an article called Will the World End in October? Conspiracy theorists claim mysterious planet Nibiru will smash into the Earth. So here we go again. Are we ever going to have a year where we're not blowing the planet up one way or another, asteroids and just nature in general, or aliens or something that's going to come and go boom on the planet and it's the end? No, but I thought it was very interesting that Nibiru came to the surface. A friend mentioned that Nibiru actually never really faded, that people actually still talked about Nibiru and its 3,600 year cycle and everything. I will put a link to this on my YouTube, so you can review it and you can decide on your own. The numbers actually follow a certain formula that I call 12 around 1, which it's part of the creation of our reality. But to get back to Nibiru, do I feel that the Nibiruans, whether they're the Anunnaki or some other God-based figures, are coming back this year? Nope. I never thought anybody was coming back, to tell you the truth. I don't, not to destroy us, not to help us, not to, if they were going to help us, they would have helped us already. I just didn't think any of that was ever going to happen. It's all very speculative. Right now, when I look at what you could say are not prophecies of old, but more predictions of today, it's just a matter of watching climate change, earth change, and all the other changes going on in the planet, such as we are going through extreme earthquake activity in the Pacific Ring of Fire. That's science. The earthquakes are in the 7s and the 8s, and by the time they hit the 9s, God forbid 10, the plates are going to break. Certainly the Pacific plate and other areas of the planet. You could follow up on that also. But the bottom line is, it's nice to speculate. It would be so much fun if I could sit here and I could just say, I'm looking out of my window now, I see a UFO, I see a ship. Maybe I'll just kind of turn this around so you can see what I see. But there's a ship out there and it's got reptilians. And as I go along, there's a ship. And right over the Verrazano Bridge, where others have said they've seen UFOs coming, except I'm not one of those people. But you know what? Anything in this hologram we call our reality is possible. Are the Nibiruans coming back? I don't think so. Why this year? Because we are coming close. Any way you cut it, okay? The prophecies all name this as end times, and we are coming close to a closure, okay? There is going to be a fade to black moment, I call it. There is a closure. Should you be scared and worried? No, we've got a lot of other scary things going on in the world today that take precedent over worrying about some aliens coming back or something else happening that's going to destroy the planet. I would not worry about doomsday stuff. It's just not something that, I don't know, I don't take it seriously. What I would do is just look at the world at large and just see everything that doesn't work anymore, everything that's broken, everything that's collapsing. And maybe that's a little more scientific, not quite as pseudoscience, but that's what I would do in terms of looking to see how much longer this hologram of an illusion that we live in is going to exist. I know that some of you understand that we live in an illusion more and more every year, which I think is really great. And others, they don't really get it. They're not programmed to get it. They'll get it at the end. When it ends, then they'll say, oh, that's what that's about. We really are in a simulation. But it's nice and refreshing to have people move away from this prophecy and that prophecy, just take the prophecies at large and say, okay, this is it. This is end times. Call it what you want. Use whatever prophecies. Use your own intuition. You have intuition, and your intuition, it's telling you things, not to mention your dreams. But the clients are telling me they're dreaming about this and dreaming about that. And one client told me he dreamed that he left his body, he was outside of the planet, and he was actually watching the planet and everything go boom. Is there a go boom moment? Depends how you look at it. I say it all fades to black, but unfortunately before it does, we have what's called chaos, and chaos is the void, and chaos is creation. So say whatever you want, feel whatever you want, follow what's going on now in the world. I mean, you don't have to jump on every little word that President-elect, not Obama, Trump is saying. He says a lot of things. I think at the end of the day, when he finds out the truth about this being an illusion and what the interaction of extraterrestrial beings, past, present, and they can come from the future back here too, he's going to be the guy he's probably just going to tweet it. I had a meeting with a Sumerian god from Nibiru, and he came down here and he told me, well, this is it, Donald. We're going to go boom. You know, you can write in any scenario that you want. You could take it and live in fear and go, oh my God, this is awful. Or you can laugh at it. You can do whatever you want. But on the matter of Nibiru and the people who have channeled it, and I've spoken to some of them, and the people who channel entities from anywhere, maybe they do and maybe they don't. The channeling I call the switchboard effect. That means, let's say you want to channel an ascended master, one of the ascended masters, Saint Germain. Have to do a little video blog on that. It's like, remember Lily Tomlin's switchboard thing she used to do when she used to plug into the switchboard? That's what I see. It is your consciousness gets plugged in to a pseudo switchboard, and you go there and you say, Saint Germain, do you have a message for me today? And something will come into your mind or into your vision, and you'll say, Saint Germain told me that, or he brought me a synchronicity today, or he told me, Ellie, Nibiru really is coming back, get a grip. Okay, maybe it is. I wouldn't count on October as an end time date. I don't see it, I don't feel it, I don't believe it, but everyone's entitled to their predictions and their prophecies and so forth. So on that note with Nibiru, I just say, go live your year and don't worry about it going kaboom. Watch the earthquakes. I always end with that. Watch the patterns of this reality. I don't know what else to tell you to do in terms of some alien presence coming back. Just believe whatever it is you're programmed to believe. Keep an open mind, but October is not doomsday. Thank you.